Morning. So, another normal night. Just slept with a quilt. Slept in lounge pants and thermal layer and a quilt. I started off under all the quilts, but it's too hot. So, just ended up with a normal quilt and woke up a bit, but went to the toilet, that was it. It's all quite normal. Beer helped. No headache, no hangover this time because I'm fully acclimatized to this paltry, meager 11,000 feet. It's for chumps. I don't know the way the video went yesterday because of Dan, the girl. It was all a mess when I got back. So I don't know what I showed you of the room, but I did have a hot shower, and that was amazing. I was filthy. It's really weird as well. Like as soon as I got in the shower, you know, like when you've had when you soak in the bath for like when you're in the bath for 3 hours or something, and your skin looks like 100-year-old person's. My skin went like that immediately from being in the shower. I guess because it was so dry and my skin hadn't come in contact with moisture for like 5 days since I had the last shower. 6. So that was kind of weird. Shower was great though. Yeah, so gonna head down to breakfast. Yesterday I went out and bought some fridge magnets and some Tibetan flags, which will just, because I know Nora's all over that kind of stuff, hang them up. Some cultural things. She loves it, yeah, and now I'm going to have breakfast and I'm going to go and look at the antique shop because it was closed by the time I got up there. But they've got like Everest antiques, like old books and old things that people used on old expeditions and stuff. So I'm going to have a look there. And then crack on to Lukla, which should be it's 21k to Lukla. So it's a kind of a long, annoying day, really. And then that'll be it. And then the flight out tomorrow morning. Catch you later. Oh, it's good this music is playing. Because it plays all the time, everywhere. Anyway, that's my ginger lemon tea. I'm just having breakfast with Dan here.
Good morning.
I don't know why they're so concerned about Bali's emblems. So I've got omelette, some juice which I didn't bank on, omelette, some toast, and some butter that is a little bit easier than -10 butter. Right, I haven't done yesterday's video yet. I haven't put it together, and I tried doing this edit from the pub, and I didn't really work. So the Chinese girl I met yesterday, Dan, met on the trail in bits, exhausted, lips a mess, shaking, and she'd been like walking for 16 hours, and we had like 45 minutes to go to Namche. So I gave her my last chocolate bar, all my water. She was in a really bad way. She slept on the ground in the Chola Pass. Oh, I've got a blister. At night, 2 days in a row, one at Gokyo, one at the Chola Pass. I saw her pictures. She was in a sleeping bag, surrounded by snow, -35. She comes from China to do that, Everest Base Camp and Chola Pass, 5 days. You need about 15 for it. So she just went 12 to 16 hours a day. Didn't make it to the tea houses she planned on. Slept on the ground, nearly killed her. She was doing it all on her like Chinese Google map. No guide, no porter. She tried to get porter. Nobody would go with her because it's too mental. my guide didn't believe her, but I did. Then we started English wasn't great. Started getting out of her exactly where she'd been, and she was telling the truth. She had a Nepalese girl go with her, who bailed, because it's insane. It's insanity. The distance, no acclimatization, so she felt sick and had to leave. This girl, down there, she just bashed on by herself. Sat on the floor, she was hallucinating so badly that she was having dreams telling her that her family was telling her to get out of the bag. And she's right on the cliff, and just to walk off the cliff. And the same that the airlift helicopter was there and was telling her to get out of the bag in the middle of the night. Jesus. It really, so that's why yesterday's video is such a mess, because I arrived with her and I was just trying to take care of her, really, because it was very, very real. And it makes you realise what a dangerous place this is, along with that guy who had to have the bottom half of himself amputated from falling down that crevasse. A lot of stuff's gone down since I've been here. And it really, it brings it home to you, So yesterday's video is a bit muddled because coming back with her, I lost my glove in the process of helping her out. And the Chinese are tough, man. And I've seen a lot in China. They all work like 2 jobs. The reason she had to do this is because she only had 3 days holiday. And, she's scared shitless of her boss. And so she was also going to walk through the night. So yesterday we did 23k from Pariche to Namche, and then tomorrow we've got 21k from Namche to Lukla, and then a stay overnight on the flight. She was going to do that last night. That was her plan. That's why I gave her all my food and water, because she didn't have any. And then we talked her out of it. Well, I talked her out of it. Well, I guess Dana as well, but between his broken English and her broken English, they didn't match up very well. So it took the whole way back to Namche, which took about an hour, because she was kind of going slow and hobbling, because she was so messed up. But talked her out of it, because there's a gate that closes also halfway between here and Lukla, a military gate, and if that's closed, then she's sleeping on the ground again. But she was adamant for the first half hour, but then gradually she started to come around to the idea of delaying the flight and staying in Namche for the night. Crazy, man. She nearly died for this, for the fear of her boss and missing a day's work. So yeah, that's that. That was actually yesterday, and yesterday I'll show you what she did on the map, and then I'll put that in today's vid. So Dan there, she went. So you've seen what I've done, right, with all these kind of stops and acclimatization days, and she went from Lukla all the way through Namche to Pambuche. Day 1, slept there. Day 2, all the way up to Laboche. Day 3, base camp, and back to Gorakshep in 3 days. What took me 8. Then back down from Gorakshep, did the Chola Pass. Didn't make it as far as she wanted, so slept on the ground here. And the next day came here. Didn't make it where she wanted. Couldn't find a lodge. Got invited into her Sherpa's house, but he didn't have Wi-Fi, so she carried on to look for a lodge. Didn't make it. Slept in a temple. And the next day came down here and bumped into us. They had a shop with Everest antiques on it, like old things that people used on expeditions and stuff, and old books. So cool. But yesterday there was only a girl in the shop, and I was dealing with Dan. I just stuck my head in, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know." I was like, "I'll come back before you close." Anyway, I did, and they were already closed. And now they're not open in the morning like the rest of the shops. So that's that, unfortunately. So this is my last time in Namche, I think. Yeah, Dan, like Dana wanted us to push on because he knew we were late and we were kind of going to be arriving in the dark. I was like, I'm not leaving this girl here, man. Like, I don't know if she's going to make it back. Jesus. Bull. Bit aggro. Bullshit. Yeah, she's a lovely girl, but this is her first time out of China. Can you believe that? This is her first experience, straight to Nepal. 5 days to do base camp and shoulder pass. Hey, morning. Well, it's good to get a walk actually because I realise I've got some blisters, so I need to address that. The final blister packs. New plasters on. Just state of me. Disgusting. Just broken. That was it. Leaving Namche behind. Just have to get past that mental bull. Still there. With a red pole and a red glove. Walking right next to him as he kind of like, I don't know, snorts steam. So actually in the sunshine from the get-go today, so no massive clothes changes. Yeah, one of the risks of doing this is because you're always filming, you're always kind of concentrating on the camera and one hand holding the phone. It's another threat. The amount of times I've almost gone over because of it. And you're really out here as well. Like, you mess anything up, any little I've rolled my ankle so many times. If you sprain it or do anything to yourself out here, you're done. You're airlifted out. So you can't continue. So many ways this can go wrong. So I lost a glove whilst dealing with Dan. I lost my woolen gloves the day before, and the big gloves. You know when gloves do that and they just kind of like turn inside out when they got the like wool lining. So they're kind of useless. So I'm down to one glove, one usable glove. Shamon mother. I'm thinking about Dan's story a little bit more. She told me that, you know, she was so tired and dizzy. She's walking at night, based solely on her map app, and the map app told her to walk off the edge of the cliff, but she couldn't really see the edge, so she decided not to trust it and to stop and go to sleep. And that was 1 o'clock in the morning. And in my gear, I've got a UK mouthguard, a Mongolia hat, a jacket from Japan, shoes from Hong Kong. So back here, this is the top of the first like decent climb and the first viewpoint. Dan's here. God, it seemed like epic getting to this point then. 3,140 meters. Woo! One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. That's the Hillary Bridge with the defunct Bundy Bridge underneath. Let's see how I do with the heights. Because last time I had to put the camera away because I was a little bit freaked out. No freaking so far. Ever so slightly elevated heartbeat. Vital signs looking good. I think I'm good. I'm not scared of heights anymore. Or not as scared. Oh, woohoo! Bouncy bridge, bouncy bridge. Oh, maybe I should live in a room of moths next. Back at the bungee. So, you remember in the beginning I said that this place had avalanche written all over it. There's some more going there.
And then later on I said it was an avalanche, but I didn't actually show you. So yeah, there's that boulder. That took out all the trees and all this slope and the path. The path is down the bottom there. So they rerouted it up here and fortified it with some logs. Whereas when we walked across, it was just a slope. Now these are some logs, vaguely better. Life's good, man. Almost done. I slept, I had a beer, I had a shower, I have Wi-Fi. I'm not a walking ball of hydrogen anymore. I can breathe. So much oxygen. I can drink while I'm walking, I can eat while I'm walking, I can do what I goddamn like. Ride down the river, and I was trying to remember if I was here before. And then it hit me, yeah, Dom, this is where you were texting me, asked me where I was exactly. And I sent you the pin. This is where I was. Bling, black, bling, black, bling, black, bling. Back at here though, this is the first place I met Jenny and Kailash. And we're at that whole thing. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. It's perfectly rationed. Got 4 meat sticks left, handful of sweets. And I'm down to my last chocolate bar. This is bullshit. You're welcome. Now, this is where I met the Australian guy who told me about the Australian girls coming down and that he'd been climbing the ice for 5 hours. 6 hours to Lukla. Maybe get that down to 5. A weird rock formation. So there is Kumbila, which I think is one that I joked about before being called Kumbaya, and that is 5,900 meters. That's only 400 meters more than Kalapatar. Another bridge, another $50,000. When the cows in the field go moo, when the cows in the field go moo. Come on. You let me down here, guys. Anybody? Yeah, I got nothing. Surely you guys gotta have a bit more, huh? And the donkeys in the field go yaw. And the donkeys in the field go yaw. Come on, brother. Leave me hanging. Yaw. Yeah. You made an effort, you know? I'll give you that. That is the being at peace right there. Maybe the last time we see a snow-covered Himalaya. I have to add to my gear, I have American water bottles. Don't be an ass. "11 days I've carried around a toilet roll. Haven't used it. And wet wipes. And then recently I changed to the new bag of wet wipes, and they're weighing like a kilo, so I put a small amount in a little Ziploc bag. And I finally had to use it. Half an hour I had to hold that, and it wound up with the toilet door open and the backpack still on. That's how close it came. I'm here. This is my place for lunch. Another pretty nice lunch spot. it's a major intersection. I was gonna go in that shit outhouse. Luckily, Donna said, "Oh, there's like a better one inside," so went inside, and the relief of it being a Western toilet. Oh, never been so happy to see one. So yeah, Donna kind of saved me. I wonder if that means we have a Fellowship of the Ring. You don't know your barn. And I've lost my 105 Wordle streak because of that damn mountain. The last lunch. Chips and egg. Get out of it. Sha. The donkeys have a hard life as well, don't they? My nose is fucked. 10 days of that cold, I think one side is just a big scab. This is the last time crossing this river. This is the last bridge, Bridge 5 on this river. Apparently there will be another bridge on a different river. This is the last one on this river. So the porter came by, and I had to lean out of his way, so I leaned up against the side. And well, yeah, that ain't as inspiringly attached as that, for example. You guys going to ABC? No? What's the matter? You chicken? So I just strode past the hotel. But anyway, this is Phak Ding, site of the first night. Last stop. So my back's just starting to hurt now. That's interesting. I wonder if I can't just put all these things off, like going to the toilet during the day and back problems and a cold, and just mentally said, nah, it's not going to happen. And now mentally saying, yeah, okay, go ahead. This is Phak Ding to Lukla. This is the reverse of day one, but yeah, I forgot that, so I didn't forget. I just remembered now I'm walking up. That was actually a descent from Lukla Airport down to Phak Ding. So, paying for that now. Check out this wizard's path. How Lord of the Rings is that? One more view of the mountain. Don't remember this bridge at all. New animals. Goats. You know, Billy? The last bridge. Last avalanche, probably. The last meat stick. The last sweet. Giving it horns, huh, Francois? So approaching Lukla and mountains to the last. The final stop. Like at the start, Lukla checkpoint. Donna.
Yes.
Lukla.
Lukla.
We did it, baby. Woo!
Yes, we did.
Lukla! Back at Donna's place. I am good, Rooster. I'm very good. Alright, my final room in Lukla. Pretty nice. Is it my nicest room? Maybe. That yesterday was pretty nice. And just like yesterday in Namche, private toilet and shower. Ooh, look at that thing as well. Woo! Woo! Them is some heroic dusty shoes. I can't even remember what colour they were in the beginning. Black? Dark grey, I guess this colour? I don't know. But they ain't that now. Dang. Gross. That started off there. Gross. Gross. Filthy. Filthier. This is the first toilet paper included. The first place I've stayed in that's actually got a real door and a real lock, not a padlock. The final dinner. Chicken mango chips. Meat. It's the first fresh vegetable I've seen in almost 2 weeks. So I'm just going to the bar, to the Irish pub. Didn't get an Irish pub in Namche, so I'm going to go to one here. And I'm just walking down the street, and what do I see hobbling down the street in a yellow jacket? I was like, I know that jacket. That's Dan, isn't it? So she's just arriving now at 8 p.m. I said, why? She said, what time do you get here? I said, 4. Why are you so late? She said, oh, because I have so many blisters. So she's hobbled her way here and taken double the amount. No, it took me about 7 hours. I guess she left before me because yeah, I saw it. I'm pretty sure I saw her leave before me, which means it took her like 11 because she's so messed up. God. Anyway, at least she's here. She's made it and she's alive. So, Irish pub. I've got to be back by 9, which is an hour, and then I've got to leave tomorrow at 6. What a journey. Dan, Jesus. Never actually realised that's what this place was called. Kumbu. Like the Kumbu Ice Fall.